A banker spent 1 over 5 of his salary on shirts, and he spent 1 over 3 of the remainder on transport. He kept the rest for contingencies. We are asked to find the fraction left. So we have 4 options. Let's solve this together. So to get started, we do not know the banker's total salary, right? So since we are dealing with fraction, we are going to assume that his total salary is receiving is 1 whole. So his salary is equal to 1. Now, to begin with the first statement here, he spent 1 over 5 of his salary on shirts. So on shirts, he spent 1 over 5. Now, let's find out, after spending 1 over 5 on shirts, how much he has left. So the remainder would be what? 1 minus 1 over 5. Remember, in one of my videos, I've explained a fraction of this nature. I said if you have a fraction and you're subtracting that fraction or you're adding the fraction from a 1, what happens? You add the denominator. It becomes what? The denominator minus the numerator over what? The denominator in this case. So this becomes what? 5, the denominator minus the numerator, which is 1, over the denominator, which is 5. So this is equal to 5 minus 1 gives us 4. So we have 4 over 5. So after spending money on the shirt, what he has left is what? 4 over 5. Moving on to the question, the next statement says 1 over 3 of the remainder on transport. So this is what he has left. So this is the remainder, right? So from this remainder, here's the statement 1 over 3 of the remainder. The remainder is what? 4 over 5, right? So let's see how much he has spent here. So this will be equal to what? 1 over 3 of means what? Multiplication, 4 over 5. So this is equal to 1 times 4 is 4 over 3 times 5 is 50. So next, now let's check how much he has spent in total. His total spending would be what? The amount he spent on shirts plus the amount he spent on transport. So he spent 1 over 5 on shirts plus 4 over 15 on transport. To make this easier, I can decide to make the denominators the same, right? By doing what? By multiplying the denominator here by 3. So whatever I do to the denominator, I also do it to the numerator. So I'll multiply the numerator also by 3 because I want to have a common denominator. 1 times 3 equal to 3 over 5 times 3 is 15 plus 4 over 15, right? So now you see I have a common denominator. That makes it easier, right? So this is 3 plus 4, which is 7 over. Now the denominators are the same, so we pick one of them. So this is 7 over 15. So what this means is that from his salary, he spent 7 over 15 as a total amount to buy shirts and also on his transportation. But what we are required to find now is the fraction that is left after he must have bought shirts and also spent on his transport. Since from the beginning we said its total salary is 1, so what do we do next? We're going to subtract what he has spent from his salary, which is 1 minus 7 over 15. This is going to give us the fraction left, right? So let's do this. We can use the butterfly method here. So this is equal to, let me draw a straight line here to demarcate this. So we can say this as over 1, right? Or, so we have 1 minus 7 over 15. We are subtracting a fraction from 1. What happens? This becomes the denominator minus the numerator all over the denominator. So 15 minus 7 gives us what? 8 over the denominator, which is 15. So we can't break this down further. This is to the simplest term, right? So what it means is that after he bought shirts and also spent money on salary, all he has left, the fraction left is what? 8 over 15. So checking from the options given, the correct option is B. It's so easy. This is just word problem under fraction, okay? So if you have any question for clarity purpose, kindly drop your question in the chat box. See you in my next one.